SA 260. Hey, hi everyone. This is CA Ravi Agrawal, and let's rock SA 260. Communication with TCWG. There are two SA related, SA 260 and 265. SA 260 is communication with TCWG, and SA 265 is communicating the deficiency in internal control to TCWG. You need to understand the difference. In SA 260, you are communicating anything to TCWG, but in SA 265, you are communicating deficiency in internal control to TCWG. So here in this audio, we are discussing about SA 260, communication with TCWG. All right. So here, what are you going to communicate with TCW? What is the objective SA as per SA 260? Understand the objective of SA 260. Communicate with TCWG. What are you going to communicate? Responsibility of auditor, that is me. Plan, scope, and timing of audit. What will be my scope? That is work. What will be the timing of audit? What is my responsibility? This is all that you are going to communicate to TCWG. What are we studying? What are the objective of SA 260? There are mainly four objectives. One, communicate to TCWG about your responsibility, that is auditor responsibility, scope, timing of audit. Then obtain information relevant to audit from TCWG. To SA 260 says what you do, you go and obtain information relevant to audit from TCWG. Okay, then you provide timely your observation to TCWG. Provide timely observation to TCWG, and then you got to promote two-way communication between auditor and TCWG. So what is the objective of SA 260? Very simple. For objective, communicate with TCWG regarding your responsibility, plan, scope, and timing of audit, and then obtain information which is relevant to audit from TCWG. Provide timely information to observation to TCWG. Promote two-way communication between auditor and TCWG. Okay, now what is the you are saying TCWG? Who is TCWG? TCWG is a person, or it can be an organization also. Okay, but not only person, it can be organization also. Yes, TCWG can be person or organization having responsibility, strategic decision, accountability of entity. Okay, the person or organization having responsibility of strategic decision or accountability of entity. Now, who is management then? Okay, management is a person with executive responsibility of operation. Okay, management is a person with executive responsibility of operation. TCWG is a person, organization having responsibility of strategic decision or accountability of entity. So what are we studying right now? 260, communication with TCWG. Okay, what is the objective as per 260? Four simple objective. Communicate with TCWG regarding the responsibility of auditor, scope, and timing of audit. Obtain information relevant to audit from TCWG. Provide timely observation to TCWG, and promote two-way communication. This is objective. Now, who is TCWG? Person, organization having responsibility of strategic decision, accountability of entity. Who is management? Management is a person with executive responsibility of operation. Now, I told you about communication, right, in the objective. So the role of communication. Okay, what are the role of communication? Two-way communication is important. Okay, so two-way communication is very important, like between TCWG and auditor, to develop a constructive working relationship. Why two-way communication is important? And between TCWG and auditor, to develop a constructive working relationship. Are you getting me? Okay, auditor, why two-way communication is important? To obtain information from TCWG. So two-way communication is important between TCWG and auditor to develop constructive working relationship. Auditor to obtain information from TCWG. If there will be two-way communication, then only auditor can obtain information from TCWG that will be relevant for audit. And two-way communication is important in helping TCWG in fulfilling their responsibility to oversee financial reporting process, thereby reducing ROMM, risk of material misstatement, in the financial statement. Okay, so what are we studying? We're studying very simple SA 260, communication with TCWG. Objective, what is the objective as per 260? Communicate to TCWG regarding responsibility of auditor, plan, scope, and timing of audit, obtain information relevant to audit from TCWG, provide timely information to TCWG, promote two-way communication. Definition of TCWG: person, organization having responsibility of strategic decision, accountability of entity. Management: person with executive responsibility of operation. Role of communication: two-way communication is important. It helps TCWG and auditor to develop a working relationship. Auditor, it helps to obtain information from TCWG relevant to audit, and TCWG helps in fulfilling the responsibility to oversee financial reporting process, thereby reducing ROMM, risk of material misstatement, in the financial statement. Okay, management has the responsibility to communicate the matter of governance to TCWG. Obviously, management has to understand this point. Management also has the responsibility to communicate. See, auditor is communicating to TCWG. That's all okay, but management also has the responsibility to communicate the matter of governance to TCWG. Yes. Communication by auditor does not relieve the management of their responsibility, mind you. Why? I told you, auditor is communicating to TCWG. This does not mean that communication by auditor does not relieve management of their responsibility. Yes, if there is a conflict between auditor confidentiality. Okay, if there is a conflict between auditor confidentiality and obligation to communicate, he may take legal advice. If there is any conflict between auditor confidentiality, okay, and obligation to communicate, he may take legal advice, no problem. Okay, now there is a question: matter to be communicated. What are the matter that you are going to communicate? The mnemonics is IFRS. What is it? IFRS. I is independence. What are the matter to be communicated? IFRS. What are the matter to be communicated? IFRS. IFRS. Independence, finding, responsibility, scope. I is independence. F is finding. R is responsibility. S is scope. IFRS. Matter to be communicated. IFRS. Okay, independence. So here what happened? Understand. For listed company, like what statement regarding independence you prepared, that you show safeguard to eliminate identify true independence. You have to show this. Okay, so independence for listed company, statement with respect to compliance of ethical requirement regarding independence. So you have to show statement regarding compliance relating to independence, and safeguard to eliminate in identified threat to independence. This also you need to communicate. Matter need to be communicated regarding independence is this finding. Okay, so what are the findings? Difficulty that you got during audit, you need to communicate. You know, you are an auditor, you're communicating maybe to management, TCW. You will say that these were my findings. Difficulty I got during audit, significant factor which I noticed. WR, I have TCW, I have requested for WR, written representation. Other matters, qualitative aspect with respect to financial statement. So what all you are going to communicate? Number one, related to independence, you will say that for listed company, statement with respect to compliance of ethical requirement regarding independence. Give me the statement, or this is a statement with respect to compliance of ethical requirement regarding independence. The safeguard to eliminate, this is the safeguard. I am an auditor, no, so I will be saying, yeah, these are the safeguard to eliminate identified threat to independence. Then finding, what will you say? What all the findings that I got, difficulties that I got during audit. These are the significant matters which I noticed. I have requested from management written representation. These are the other matters. These are the qualitative aspect with respect to financial statement. Now responsibility. Okay, let's understand communication. If you talk about responsibility with respect to financial statement management, what is the responsibility of the management? To prepare and present. Management responsibility is to prepare and present, but auditor responsibility is to express opinion. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to communicate. Look, TCWG, with respect to financial statement, your management responsibility is to prepare and present, but my responsibility is only to express opinion. If you talk about scope, what I'm going to communicate, auditor shall communicate plan, scope, and timing. I'll just say that the scope means work. So this is my planned work. This is my planned scope, and this is the timing of audit. All right, whom to communicate? Okay. Now, what all I have learned in this essay, can you please remind me? Essay 260, communication with TCWG. Alright, so I just got to know that there are some four objective as per essay 261, communicate to TCWG regarding the my responsibility, auditor responsibility, plan, scope, and obtain information relevant to audit, and then provide timely observation to TCWG, promote two-way communication. Definition, I learned what is TCWG and management. TCWG person, organization having responsibility of strategic decision, accountability of entity. Management person with executive responsibility of operation. Then I learned about two-way communication. Two-way communication is important, role of communication. And then I learned matter to be communicated to that is IFRS. I is independence, F is findings, R is responsibility, and S is scope. And then whom to communicate. This was coming in your mind, right? To whom to communicate. So you are going to either communicate to subgroup of TCWG. Number one, when all TCWG involved in managing the entity, when everybody is involved in managing the entity, then what you do? Whom to communicate? Communicate to subgroup of TCWG. Understand, if the auditor communicate to subgroup, that is, for example, audit committee, he shall determine whether he also needs to communicate with governing body. Okay, in case when you are communicating with subgroup of TCWG, that is audit committee, you just check whether you also need to communicate with the governing body. Kya? All right. So when all TCWG are involved in managing entity, understand this: when a single owner manages the entity, no one else has the governing role. In such case, if the matter is once communicated in the management capacity, then there is no need to communicate the same in the, obviously now there is only one owner. If you have intimated, or if you have just communicated to him, is done now. What is it written? Very simple. When all TCWG are involved in managing the entity, where a single owner manages the entity, no one else has the governance role. In such case, if the matter once communicated in the management capacity, then there is no need to communicate the same in the governance capacity once again. Alright, so if you talk about communication process, it's damn simple. Establish the communication process. Like if you talk about form, so it can either be, the communication can either be in written or oral. If you talk about written, you do written things maybe when the matter is significant. If it talks about independence, okay, timing, it has to be on timely basis. There should be a general expected general content of communication. Now if you talk about adequacy of communication, okay, so it has to be done in a appropriate listen, if there is if two-way communication between auditor and TCWG is not adequate, What I'm talking about, adequacy of communication. When two-way communication between auditor and adequate is not auditor and TCW is not adequate, the auditor shall evaluate its effect on the assessment of risk of material misstatement and ability to obtain evidence, shall take appropriate action. Okay, so whenever the two-way communication is what, is it accurate or is not accurate, then what shall auditor do? Auditor shall evaluate the effect of assessment of risk of material misstatement. Then simple, they've understood that the two-way communication between auditor and TCW is not adequate. So just understand the effect or the effect on assessment of risk of material misstatement and ability to obtain evidence, and shall take appropriate action. Okay, so last question for this essay, that is 260, communication with TCWJ is factor affecting form of communication. What are the factor affecting form of communication? Factor affecting the form of communication, the mnemonic which I made is CAM-POL, KAM, CAM, that is key auditor matter paragraph, you know it, and POL, POLE. Okay, you write it because it's not missing. Okay, it's not given. So factor affecting form of communication, form of communication can be maybe oral, writing, detailed, summarized, structured, non-structured. So the question here is factor governing mode of communication. On what factor? The mode of communication depends upon the factor. The factors is CAM, POL, KAM, key auditor matter paragraph, and POLE. I will explain POLE, right? So factor affecting mode of communication, it can be oral, writing, detailed, summarized, structured, non-structured, and the mode of communication will depend upon CAM, POLE. See, if the matter, whether the discussion of matter will be included in CAM. Okay, number one, CAM, POL. I'm talking about the mode of communication will depend upon factor. One factor. Now, if the matter which we are discussing, it will be included in CAM, key auditor matter paragraph, then mode of communication may be written or whatever it will be. So it will depend. If the discussion of the matter is included in CAM, then it will it is one of the factor. Then it will determine the mode of communication. CAM. P is previously communicated, right? P is whether management has previously communicated a matter. Okay, the management has already previously communicated a matter. Then in this case, the communication may not be written. It can be oral also. This is the factor, right? So CAM, POL. KM is a key auditor matter. The discussion of the matter has been will be included in key auditor matter paragraph, right? Next is POL. P is previously communicated a matter, whether the management has previously communicated a matter. O is operating structure. Yeah, it also depends. The communication also depends upon operating structure, size, operating structure, legal structure of the entity. Yes, communication depends upon the operating structure, size of the entity. Communication depends whether the discussion of the matter will be included in CAM. Communication depends whether the management has previously communicated the matter. KMPO. Now L is communication depends upon legal requirement. Yeah, what is the requirement of the law? It depends upon that also. E, expectation of TCWG. Communication depends what does TCWG expect, because we are communicating with TCWG. So very simple, communication depends upon CAM, POL. KAM is key auditor matter paragraph. Okay, discussion of the matter will be included in CAM or not, it depends upon that. Communication depends on that. P is previously communicated, whether management has previously communicated about the matter. O is operating structure, size, operating structure, legal structure of the entity. L is what is the legal requirement, and E is what is the expectation of TCWG. Okay, there is a note, easy note, that key audit matters are given as in essay 701. We are going to study this, are selected from matter communicated. So whatever we are communicated to TCWG, whatever significant matter out of that will go to CAM, that is 701. We'll study this in 701. So damn simple essay. Once again, essay 260, communication with TCWG. Essay 260, communication with TCWG is done. See you in next essay. Signing off, C. Ravi Agrawal.